Been there, done that, know what's next. Life's a journey, never complex. A lifelong student, educators call, guiding future, standing tall. Conscious parenting, full hat on tight. Drove through decades, walked away for rights. From the motion pictures to the cosmic light. Contactee's journey, universal sight. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Human experience, hang out, come along. Kids, health, synaptic circle, singing our song. Random vlogs, life stories to tell. Each journey a beacon, wishing well. We all have incredible tales to share. Healing, activation, spreading care. Light the way, find the others. What's your mission, sisters and brothers? Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Rise, humanity, unity we seek. Community sharing, synaptic circle unique. Be the solution with someone today. Assist in the rise, light the way. May the song lift whoever comes across, and may you do the same, no matter the cost. Spread the light, ignite the flame. In unity we rise, forever reclaim. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence.
Hi, howdy, and hello. That was a comedy of errors. I wish the camera was on while that was playing. I'm scared to touch it right now. Carol, I was all wrong. You should see me. I'm on a time crunch. I really want to check out Andy Decodes. Alien Debunk, Browndorf's on today in an hour. So I know I'll lose some of you an hour, and I'll probably go over there and watch myself. So shout out to Andy Decodes. I look forward to getting on there. I think it's the end of April. And shout out to Browndorf, LA local. Hi, Flix Love. Hi, Garrel. Hi, Henry Nelson. Good to see you. Jane. Hello, Mr. Glenn Bradford. How the heck are you? Good to see you in the chat. Hello to everybody. Hi, Michael Kopf. Howdy. Howdy from Texas. What's happening, Michael? That's mine. There. Yes, on YouTube, Flix Love. Alien Debunk. There's an 8 in the middle there. Maybe, Garrel, someone can share the link there. And yeah, Browndorf's going on. It's been fun watching him in the shop. I know I'm MIA a lot Monday through Thursday because of the classroom. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm hitting it hard. So I'm hitting it hard this weekend. I'm going today, right now. I'm talking. And then tomorrow morning, 10:30, super duper excited. One of the parents in my class, Quan Gan. Quan is the owner, CEO, creator of Z-Tag, which is this awesome, like, reality laser tag thing you can take outdoors for kids. Safely done. And he also healed himself with his mind. So I'm very excited to have a conversation with him. We've his little guys in my class. We also carpool, so we've had a lot of off-channel conversation. And I'm like, can I interview you? Can I share with people what with people who our community is and how amazing they are? So I think you guys will really like him a lot. And then Sunday, Lawrence and I are back. We're going to chat again. Anyway, I have a lot of energy too. I'm going to do quite a few shout outs today. Oh, hi, Peaceful Penguin. How are you? And Flix Love. I'm not sure I said that. Jane. Energy. I've got this energy today. I don't know if anyone know, but I was pretty much in chronic pain since September. And I've had my second visit with I call the Galactic Man. I saw him yesterday again. And I feel back. I didn't know how bad I was out of alignment. I mean, vertebrae was out, ribs were out. First one done 2 weeks ago. That's why I was down that weekend. I'm like, I'm going to talk before my sister comes. But I was just like, my whole left hemisphere was just out. And he got me back in line. So I only had like 1 cup of mushroom coffee today. I didn't even have my B shots. And here I am in all my glory. Loud and proud and giggly and la 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 la. So super duper excited for that. It's so amazing to get in alignment and realize, whoa, I didn't know my hips were out. Whoa, I didn't know I had a rib popped out. Like it just feels good when you are feeling lined up, ready to serve. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to serve up some scoops. So anyway, we just look first. Oh yeah, shout out to Drumhouse. Drumhouse. Hello, my sister's place, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Shout out to Aaron Moriarty. He lives down the street from it. She has a really cool place. If anyone is in Door County, you will be welcomed. Everyone is welcome there. And if you like the crafts, you would love the wallpaper in her bathroom. It's actually become a signature room where people take selfies and post it. So she is definitely spearing the way of uniting her community. And she was just here last week. There it is. Thanks, Carol. This is where Browndorf will be in an hour. Thanks, Michael. Oh, you're working on your back. I hope you feel it. I hope you get that alignment. I kid you not. It just feels good to be better, feel better. And then realizing how much pain kind of like you just put aside. And I'm a mom and I'm an educator. So it's like go, go, go no matter what. Now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good. I bet my vibration is higher too. So regarding this right here, this link, that's where you can find Browndorf on Andy's. And I'll check out that chat when I'm done here. Hi, Roger Blair. Good to see you. Thanks, Roger Blair, for always checking out on those Facebook posts. Sometimes I'm like, is this thing on? Like my little posts. And there's Roger. Roger's always there. Michael's been removing implants and stuff from my back with help from friends. Wonderful. Holy smokes. I trust that you know the right people to go to and to assist in your healing. And I know you are only going to get the right people to work on you. I'll tell you what, I entrusted a few people a couple of times, and guess what happened to me? Curses were put on me. So be mindful who you work with. And I know you know that, Michael. Duh. Hi, Tanyan. Good to see you again. Hello, Tanyan. Need to get back to yoga. Keeps aligned. I got to stretch more too. So my son's teacher and I at recess yesterday, he and I are both like, I'm 50. I don't even know what he is. 48. We were trying to do that viral thing where you hold your hand and try to get up and get down. I could not. Neither of us could do it. And we're like, I think we have to work on our bodies. So I'd like to get a little stronger. And it's not just, I like to think I can keep up with everybody, but it's the strength. And after not doing craft service for so long, I did lose a lot of my muscles. I had some serious musclage and I need to work on it. So yeah, I want to get more flexible and stronger. So I'm going to be working on that. So pretty soon I'm going to be like, oh no, Michael had a curse from a family member growing up. So I feel you. Oh God. That I'm sorry, that takes the cake. To have a family member. Jeez. Well, mine, I assume I know who it is. And it's someone that is very annoyed by my demeanor and they're extremely insecure. And I won't go into that long thing because honestly, they don't deserve the airtime. They sure get plenty of it. And they sure pay for a lot of people. People pay them a lot to spend time with them, but not anymore from me. Thanks, Roger. Yep. It has to do with leg placement to help lift with no hands. It absolutely does. And I know you had that issue with your leg at that theater. I remember your story. If anyone doesn't know, I interviewed Michael Kopf. He was a Human Experience Hangout last year at this time. I don't know what number that was, Michael, but tomorrow is episode 41. I love it. I'm a little high vibe Human Experience Hangout. The title that I don't think anyone thought would stick. Let alone me, but I'm keeping it because I can't seem to lose it. But I started messing around in 2020 with my first one, my buddy Rick Ramirez, and then it just kind of trickled. It's been fun. Oh, and so more shout outs. Then Sunday with Lawrence, we're going to be back. And then next weekend, I'm going to bring back the Synaptic Circle. I think we're on episode 14. It's been, I think since August, since I've done a Synaptic Circle, and that's more of a panel. That's I'm asking questions and hosting, but we're all engaging in a conversation based on a common theme or topic. And Conspiracy Clay music is coming on, and I got a couple music peeps coming on, so we're going to do that and bring up some more panel stuff. So I'm in your faces, people, next Friday, Saturday, Sunday from here on out. Happy baby pose I like. Tanya, I think I used to sleep like that. Yes. And Peaceful Penguin, to heal your nervous system, Kundalini Yoga for spiritual health on YouTube. Awesome. We'll check it out. That nervous system. Speaking of health, thanks, Michael. And congrats to you, Michael. You have been expanding even more and more. You have been consistent and you are growing, and it's so exciting to watch. Speaking of health, though, Jesus, speaking of health, the dog, Bo. Wow. I don't know what he ate. It took me a minute, but that's a big one. So what I'm using for the health thing, shout out to my good pal, Chrissy, who I'm going to call after this too, a mom in my class, telling you that community, you bring them together, we will find each other. She handed me at pickup when she's picking her kid up. She goes, by the way, do you have one of these? And she gave me, if anyone knows Dylan Monroe, and I'm going to tag him after because I know Dylan Louise Monroe, the map maker. It was, 2018 or 19 when he made his first map, the Deep State map. And I was hosting my little tinfoil gang hangouts, speakeasy hangouts. And Mickey McGustis was with us, and he was a good friend of his. So we have been very familiar with these maps. And I forgot he made a healing map. And so she gave me a laminated copy. So thanks, Chrissy. So I don't know if you can see front and back. I could take pictures, but you can also, it's really small writing, deepstatemappingproject.com. This would be on there. So thanks, Dylan. I'm going to tag Dylan. Poor Dylan, man. Once in a while, I'd see his map float around and someone else taking credit and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, these insecure people. Like, give the credit where credit is due. Michael, we do need to do a chat again. I'm going to get you on a panel. Let's do another movie one. I've been, why do I keep doing this? This is my Trump dance. Yeah, let's do that. I'm back in alignment and feeling so good that I would like to start booking again. I'm getting a little dizzy though. Maybe it's too much. Who's blasting me back? Someone's blasting me back. Polly, how are you? Did you guys finish? I think you finished. Nice to see you, Polly. She was just on Mr. B and Friends. That was really nice to see you over there. And I love Terry. We need Terry again as well. Hello, Bauer. Hi, Professor. Good to see you too. You jumped on there in the end too, I saw. I was on there and then I quickly jumped off because good old Big Daddy G reminded me that Andy's coming up. And I'm like, I got to do this before that because I love me some Browndorf and some Andy. And Midwest Night Watchers with their weekly movies. I've been loving that. Oh, you guys are so cute. Rosie. Hi, Rosie. To comment on what you were talking about earlier, somatic dance is number one, like ecstatic dance. I'm going to say this wrong. Koya Orixa. I'm saying that wrong. Awesome, Rosie. Yeah, Rosie, you are the dancing queen, dancing it off. And Chastity. I haven't seen Chastity in a long, long time on here, but giving her lots of love. It is dancing. You know, people ask, what would you have done in another life? Like if you could do it all over again. And of course, you know, I was an actor and I still call that out because honestly, since I was 10, I've been involved in the film industry and I really thought I was going to make a full-time living in it all the time. I just love going on set. So aside from that, I'd be a dancer. And not like someone's backup dancer and not like a star dancer. I would just dance the F everywhere. Like instead of walking, I would dance. I would just dance. I'd be a dancer. Teach dancing, do show, do whatever. I just dance. Dance all the time. Oh, speak of the devil. It's Andy in the house. Hi, Andy. We've been talking about you. I'm cranking this one out because I want to come over and watch you in Browndorf. So we posted your link above, and I look forward to seeing you in the chat in about an hour. So he's right here, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, where's the original? So I think it was Flicks Love. Here's the site you want to go to on YouTube. Alien 8 UK. I guess in my head I say Alien Debunk, don't I? Alien 8 UK. That is Mr. Andy Decode. So Andy, good to see you. And Andy, I'm trying to remember our WhatsApp. Is it the end of April that we're doing? He so politely rescheduled me. So I'm looking forward to talking with him soon. Michael. They sure as hell try, Michael. They sure as hell try. But you're right. And not with a giant on my side. I should have brought it down. So these fun little pictures. I haven't talked since Valentine's. These cute little pictures we had made. They did little paintings of the giant and I as royals. I had one done of he and I in one with the dog Bo in it. And it's really fun. I might change it out and put it over here, but Marchin did make this for me. Fun fact. Guess who Marchin's working with today? The giant. His name's Marchin. He's working with Kendrick Lamar right now. So I wonder if Kendrick's teaching him his little side shuffle. I'll let you know how that goes, but so far so good, I hear. Yes, Mr. Kendrick Lamar. I think it's a commercial or a promo, but they wrapped Spider-Man, Nicolas Cage. It's black and white series, and he's starting. It's Green Lantern or Hornet, one of those. That's coming back again as a series as well. So talk about returning all these old things. It's yet another comic book. This time it's not another movie. It's going to be another series. So that's my giant update. You're welcome, Andy. Looking forward. Fluid movement. Absolutely, Rosie. Thanks, Rosie, for stroking that Facebook algorithm. Sometimes I get buried over there. So thank you. Fluid movement. Yes. I want to get my everything back. I realized when, you do have that moment of pain, and I know what it was. I inherited from my dearest pal who moved for her cowboy boots, her Fry boots. And I love them. I wear them everywhere. But even the first moment I wore them, I was like, like they're not formed to my feet. But I'm like, I'm going to wear them anyway. Through my whole body, just whacked me the F out. Like I'm literally doing exercises on my foot with a golf ball, through my toes out, my ankle out, my knee out, my hip out, like everything. And then that goes to my neck. My neck's been like this. Like I was a mess. So that fluid movement, definitely have to get in line with that. I hope I'm not talking too fast. I'm really feeling good today. You're on Andy's show in April, Michael. Perfect. Let's see. Did I miss? Let's see. Bigfoot Dwarf. We were just talking about you too. So I have Andy and Bigfoot here, and they'll both be talking in an hour live. So come say howdy over there. And Polly just went live with Mr. B. So holy smokes. What a fun crew right here. I wish they'd make a new Justice League movie or maybe a TV series. Are they all from Justice League? I get them all mixed up, Roger. At this point, they are mixed up. The only way I can remember now is we were next to Six Flags, and that is Justice League. So Wonder Woman's there, Superman's there. So I'm like, oh yeah, they're the Justice League, and the others are the Marvel League. That's all. I used to work on Marvel a lot, like in the offices. I knew the directors, like all the foo-foo people I used to feed. Isn't that crazy? I had some fun pictures from in there too. It was a crazy office. I've talked about it before. Hi, Woo. How are you? Good evening to you. Saluting you, Woo. Thank you. Thank you. Saluting you in my Droomhouse. Oh yeah. So that's what I was going to do. First, well, I was going to backtrack to Valentine's, but beautiful Valentine's in the classroom. We are very non-commercial. All I asked is that everyone give one. We did an exchange for everyone. They don't have to say to who, they just say from who, and something handmade. And the cutest little things came around. I mean, there were homemade treats. This little boy printed a picture of himself holding a rose, and then it was attached to a rose. Really, really sweet trinkets. And there was a girl that made these beautiful origami hearts. Really a nice windfall. And then, we were saying something nice about everybody. It was really, really very cool. And then my giant was working, so we didn't do Valentine's till a little bit later. And then it was all getting ready for my sister's visit, which I know the fountains were hearing from me because I was kind of offline, but I was over the moon. All I can say is, and she has to understand. I mean, this is an important thing to share. There's a chunk of time we didn't even speak. And like my mom would say, we're very much alike, but we did hit these walls of an inability to communicate. Not only did we overcome that, but I really felt her this time, and I think a lot has to do with her amazing divine masculine partner, Jeff. I love him to pieces. I'm so grateful he's going to be my brother-in-law. And they're really a beautiful pair, but they were so engaging with the family. Like the kids, we were involved in something all the time. I'm gonna cry. And that felt good. The conversation never ended. The tattoos never ended. It wasn't like fill the time or let's have a drink so we can escape. Like it was awesome. So thank you, Heather. And she was by then, she goes, why didn't we podcast? Like, why aren't you going live with me? And I'm like, oh, I thought she didn't want to. But also, if you didn't catch 2 years ago, I interviewed her when she was just opening Drumhouse. Now, it was, of course, before I knew how to use my mic, so it sounds really shitty, but it was fun. And I think she humored me by doing it, but we were very fresh in our connection again. And so it was fun to do. I think it scrolled without me scrolling. Wait, let me go see what's happening. Mary Beth Foster, are you here? Mary Beth, what's up, Mary Beth? My good old pom pom pal. Hi, from high school, middle school, high school. How are you, Mary Beth? Tell me you're still here. Mwah, happy belated. And was it your birthday? You just had the event. She's still involved with our high school theater arts. We did theater together, dance together, pom poms together. You are a beautiful girl, and she's an amazing mother. And Mary Beth, what a treat. Nice to see you. Oh, this is sweet. Thank you. I hope you're still there. Let me keep scrolling. Oh, thank you, Michael. I knew you would have the answer to this. Justice League. Okay, I got to remember all these things. Yeah, that dang Justice League ride at Six Flags. It's like the sit-in VR, like Transformer one where you think you put on goggles and you go into these different rooms with screens. It was always broken down. In fact, in 2 years, my son never has gone on it because every time we went, it was closed. Oh, thanks, Polly. That's really sweet. Oh, Mr. Derek, thank you. Hi, Mikey. Great. Oh, yes. Michael's killing it on his channel. I'm very, very proud, very excited for him. He's got a great channel. You are there. Love you too, sweet cheeks. Way to kill it, MB. I'm seeing your kids thrive. And you too. You are glowing gorgeously. Oh my gosh. My sister was here when you guys did the BHS Fine Arts thing. And she goes, you missed a reunion. There's a reunion. I see Mary Beth. I'm like, it's not a reunion. She's fully active in the school district in the fine arts department. So congrats to you. Oh, that looked so fun. Oh, I would love to come see you sometime. Do you think you're ever going to come out here? I still regret every time and that you were here at Disneyland and I missed you. So if you ever come out again, please, 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 please. Not only will I make a point even to suck it up and go to Disney because I'm not a Disney girl, anything just to see you. Polly, Andy is at 12:30 Pacific my time. Ooh, I better talk faster. So like 40 minutes. Oh, Roger, you were talking about making part 2 of the 2017 Justice League movie. Do it. Do you know I auditioned for Wonder Woman? Did in Chicago. It was like 1994 or 5. They were doing a national cattle call. And I had 2 callback. I had a callback for that, but my hair was dyed black and I had to do like cartwheels and shit. It was really cool. So yeah, it wasn't meant for me. Sometime this spring. Okay, awesome. Oh gosh, it went past again. Oh, Aurora Diamond Heart, how the heck are you? Good to see you, Blue Fairy. Happy to see you. I'll check out your channel again. I might have missed some stuff. I was offline for 2 weeks with visiting family. Very good to see you. Oh, Michael, I dreamt of it. So there were some auditions. So that was a big one, but I think one of my bigger ones was the Romeo and Juliet. I think it was 91 or 90, 89. I just remember taking the train downtown Chicago and doing the audition. And it was my first like big one where I thankfully we didn't have the internet really. So to research who these people were, this casting. So I just kind of went in and did it. And I read a few times, didn't get a call back, but I read. And then after the fact, the Piven school where I took classes, Jeremy Piven and the Cusacks, they're like, who you auditioned for? I was like, who? And they told me and I went white. I was like, oh shit. Well, didn't get that one. Not like anything would have changed. Oh, Aurora, you were off for 2 weeks too. Okay. I hope you're feeling good. Weren't you doing another cleanse? How's everybody doing that? So I had a Facebook memory bump with my parasite cleanses come up. Good stuff. And my galactic man who worked on me yesterday saying my body is really responded to his last treatment and yesterday, and that I'm going to be zinging today. And sure enough, I am. But that parasite cleanse, we were talking about addictions. Ooh, this is a good segue. Talking about addictions and things and our history. And shout out to Lawrence. And when we go live Sunday about, our holistic health conversation, Rainbow Chefs Academy and Lawrence made it known that this is our next week is National Eating Disorder Week. It's a heavy duty topic, but I had 10-year issue with bulimia. My late teens and my 20s took over my entire life. It is eating disorders are debilitating. You are 24/7 thinking about this stuff. It changes your entire way you do your life. And it can ruin you. It can kill you. So he and I are going to talk about really side effects of that and just overcoming it. And how I overcome is I, left a lot of the stressors in my life, which had a lot to do with it because I guess I was craving control. So when I really jumped and moved to LA, believe it or not, I moved to LA. It got better. And I think it had a lot to do with my own taking care of myself on my own, not for others. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Every time I look away from the chat to share a careshare, I lose my place. Downtown Chicago, Bigfoot Dwarf. I loved it. Well, so that train trip in for the audition was because I was still in the burbs with my fam. But then I moved down to DePaul University in 92. I stayed till I moved out here in November 2000. November 2000. This is my 25th year in La La Land. Okay, yes, Aura's doing a parasite cleanse. I hope it's going well. I hope you're feeling good too. Awesome. And oh yeah, that's the other bit with my sister. She did a really serious one 6 months ago where she started saying, and I'd been on her case for a long time. Like, girl, get yourself a parasite cleanse. She did some hardcore one and she was taking those pictures and sending them to me. They'll scoop it out and show what you've passed. It was nuts. It was gnarly. And I'm just thinking, you poor girl, you have been carrying this around your life. And her to-be husband did it as well. And I really think that helped their energetic field shift. She's always a go-getter, always a great person, but maybe there was, I don't know. It did something great with her. So those suckers are no joke. It's pretty epic. Pretty awesome. Michael, which suburb of Chi-Town? Did you tell me that before? Where were you? And here's Michael's channel. You probably told me. I was on Michael's channel. Was that 2 years ago now? And then he was on mine a year ago, but we're always and then we've been on other panels and stuff, which have been a trip. We did another one this year, didn't we? Anywho, gosh, that was a lot of thoughts at once. So yeah, eating disorder week. So Lawrence and I will talk a little bit more about this Sunday, as well as a million other topics that come off. So join us in the chat and we'll see where everything goes. Lansing. Okay, Lansing in Chicago, Illinois. Awesome. We were a northwest suburb. I used to tell everyone I was in Schaumburg. Marybeth, I don't know if Marybeth's still here, but when we did Palms and stuff or did travel games, Schaumburg, when I would say Barrington, it came with a stigma. It is a foo-foo town. And South Barrington, Walter Payton was there, Jordan for a minute, I think. My sister babysat for Walter Payton's kids. There was an affluent community. We were in a little nice subdivision in North Barrington by Lake Barrington at the time. It's very big. But there's a stigma. You pull up to the high school. It's very much like a John Hughes movie. The Beamer pulls in, this pulls in, all the kinds. They bus in some other kids from towns that, were overcrowded. And so they'd have that group of kids. It was really, really interesting. But Marybeth and I had a blast, man. We took advantage of all the activities that were offered. We had so much fun. We loved being on stage. And I had a hard time leaving high school. I had so much fun there. I also loved everybody. I had friends in all the groups. I never was a popular chick. I was just I didn't go to parties. I just appreciate everybody for who they were. And she did too. So, she's still there. she still lives there. This is so cute. Oh, and here's Aurora's channel. Do. Go check out Blue Fairy. She does tarot readings. She gives her life care shares. Yeah, good shout out to Miss Aurora Diamondheart. Oh my goodness, Coral. So X is working. Woohoo. I knew I had to buy that little check for a reason. Nice to see you, sweet cheeks. How are you? Good. I'm glad this is working over there. Good to see you, hun. Have you done any more shows recently? She's been interviewed by a few UK peeps. Do you know Andy D Codes? He might want to interview you. Oh, yay. Thanks, Coral. Cool. Well, gosh, what was my other bit? My mom pal, I don't think is here. I shared this with you, but we have some adjustments going on at the center. I mean, it feels like spring. I know due to the shit in the sky yesterday and today. Now all of a sudden we got rain in the forecast, whatever. I know I really wanted one more dose of winter, but anyway, spring started kind of feeling it, and the kids are just getting unruly. Some are crawling out of their skin. So I had to do some hard pivots this week and get a little like, come on, everybody. I mean, talk about Palo Santing and saging the shit out of that classroom before they come. But really that's for me, because I know, some say that doesn't really do anything, but it does for me. It puts me in the space of getting my downloads of information and preparing the room. And I notice when I don't do it, the difference. So I have a little saying I do, and I go around the room and all the corners and the doors. I go around all the desks, and I just get myself ready. And I notice if I kick off the day, I think this goes for anybody in any job, anywhere. If you are not aligned and if you are not prepared, shit hits the fan sometimes. So it's been a lot about, that's why I'm so excited to go back Monday. I feel so much more myself now after getting adjusted that I think the kids won't pick up on my low vibration. I'm going to have too much of a high vibration now. So I'm really bringing back our organized morning. Oh yeah, here's Bigfoot Dwarfs. I'm getting used to saying that again. Check it out. I hope you stream over there too, Bigfoot Dwarf. He's on all the time as well as Midwest Night Watchers. Wow, I'm really zinging. Where's Jane to tell me to slow down? Oh, not since Jeff Mara. Okay. Well, we have to get you on again. Maybe that's another panel. I actually was asked, they're like, I have 2 parent interviews coming up again, a lot of educational stuff, and then, of course, a lot of health stuff. And people are like, well, why the heck aren't you talking about your Bigfoots anymore and your ETs anymore and all that stuff? And thank God for 4 years of documented podcasts I've done and been a guest on. However, I will, and I am. My audience at one point, though, I'm aware of, I'm very active in my 3D world. So I love sharing that stuff, but it does kind of all go together, doesn't it? In a way, I think so. And here's Alien Decodes. Spring fever is definitely starting new. I'm not happy with what they just did because the kids and I on the playground yesterday, or the field, the backfield, we call it, we're just like blowing. And at one point I'm like, okay, this haze, we got to go inside. It was too much. The spray was just too much yesterday. Creating a safe space is very important. Yes. And I've been working with, because people who are finding us, some are not in tune or in line with either Rudolf Steiner, who I love his teachings, his philosophies, the mind, body, will of the child. And that's really what we that's what we kind of base our curriculum on. Some are very unfamiliar with this line of education. So I'm kind of dealing with a very big range of kids. So as long as that space is safe for them to be authentic, I had a really, really, really amazing moment this week where I got through to a child that I never thought I could get through to. And I noticed then he was attached to my hip the next day. And so the root of it is I made sure he was seen and he was heard. It has a lot to do with mirroring conversation. You're mirroring with them, but it's no matter my personal opinions or assumptions or what I've observed, home life and what have you, I had to remember it's a child, it's a kid, and he's going to get from this what we are providing for him. He's only coming in with his programming. So it's a whole new approach, really, because I have a lot of children that are just, one is her first lifetime. One is like literally she's like levitating. She's so There's a few that are just otherworldly. And then you get that one coming in and you're like, he's not from these parts. But there's no exclusion, but there's also no fake inclusion. There is, how do we get to the root of this child's heart center and their spirit, their soul? Let's get to the light so that I can begin to crank it up a little bit. And it took since September to get in there, find his little ticking going on, his inner light, see what makes him tick, earn the trust, and just start boosting him a little bit. And now the part is the cleanup, really, because he caused a wake of problems. And it's really just the cleanup of having the community trust to see what I see. So it's a lot to it. One of my mentors put an amazing meme out there of, with teachers, educators, there's the classroom, but no one's talking about the hours beforehand when they're preparing the lessons for the day, preparing the room, everything off the clock, by the way, and the aftermath, cleaning up the space, cleaning yourself up, getting rid of the attachments of the day, realigning yourself, and then tending to your own family and your own stuff. It's 24/7, and it's a paid like this. Such a broken system. But when you have someone passionate and you have someone that can, the one thing my dad always said when I was switching out of theater in college, because I didn't align with the conservatory of it, my dad's just like, do something that you love. And I'm like, I love kids. It wasn't like I'm going to grow up and be a teacher. It was like, I can work with kids. I can connect. And that a good educator connects with the kid. It's not about, did they learn the lesson? Because that comes when you connect with the kid. So I'm sure I'm repeating myself on here, and I've said a lot. So here's Andy's channel. If anyone, slow down and breathe. There's Jane. Did I do it again? Sorry, plant. Wait, I could do one of my things, but really I would like Matthew here to do it with me. I'll have the kid pick a vowel, and it's like we're in a little circle outside in the grass, and it's like, if I'm standing, it's like we do the motion of bringing up the earth energy into our heart. You can start kind of feeling that ball, and then we're bringing down, the source into the heart. We mix it all. We make this motion, almost make that little ball, but we also take in the big breath, and I say, give me a vowel, and then we breathe out in that vowel. And it's like they're just an accordion. They decompress. I could do it now, but I'll blow out your speakers, but let's try. So how about E? Because that's a good one. So you're bringing, I'm going to do it for real. So be careful if you're wearing headphones. You're breathing up the earth energy. And I hold. E. Like that. Now do A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. That's a good way to start your morning. How's that for slowing down, Jane? Back. Oh, Michael, I got a rubber face. I got a Jim Carrey thing kicking off. Whew, I hope I didn't scare you all off with that one. Mr. B's in the house. Hi, Terry. It was so fun watching you and Polly chat. Oh, gosh, I went down. Oh, geez. Sorry. Midwest Night Watchers. Got to check this out with their movie channels and their shows and Sunday nights. There was nothing safe about my childhood growing up. We were lucky we survived. Carol, I bet that's why you are gentle as can be, isn't it? Like you've probably seen and been through a lot of shit. So thank you for showing up as your best self. He's totally a mentor of mine. Carol and Jane are just the best. I was telling my sister all about you too, especially because I wear your sweatshirts every night for pajamas. I just switch off. It's my jammy jams. Hi, Terry. Happy to see you. Terry from Oz, everybody. Terry's channel is super sweet too. Oh, Aurora, were you there for the Matthew's work? I've been missing Matthew's things because I've been with my sister. So I got to catch up on all his recordings. What happened with the sweet dreams? Oh, Mr. B, sweet dreams. Here's Mr. B. Mr. B's in bed. So Everyone, go surprise him by liking and subscribing to his channel. And as Terry infamously says, tickle that like and subscribe button. Terry is a good fella. And Terry as well is another pal that checks on me off channel. I love building that community. Oh boy, I think I'm a little behind. The key with kids is connection. I love it. I started working in a kindergarten. I'm in love. Did you just do that now, Polly? That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. What? Here's Clay. Clay and I are talking next weekend. Clay, I think I'm pulling together a pretty cool panel for us. If it doesn't align, I'm just talking with you, but we're definitely doing next weekend, Clay and I. Awesome. Do you guys know, you guys remember I was talking to Annie, my pal Annie Lieberman the other week, another coworker. And she, when I had interviewed her, I asked her what her thoughts on AI were. Because she's like, she's a superstar in my eyes. She's one of the first rock bands signed to a huge record label. And, when her world turned, she wound up into coaching and educating with singing. It's her passion. So anyway, my son in his class for his play, she wound up putting all the lyrics that she did and she has into a software program, and it pumped out a song. And so that's somebody who is with the skills and the passion who does it, utilizing the tool as a quick resource. And I mean, it's kind of shifting us. Even the topic of AI came up in our staff meeting this week. It was really interesting. Now, I learned more about it. I really need to get more knowledgeable about the freaking, what do they call them? The big buildings, the drives. What do they call the big buildings where all the computer things go through? What are they called? One of the staff said in Ireland, there's a huge compound. It's like a big server. Is that it? The big server that every time you generate an image, that sucker, it's like taking a couple bottles of water. It takes that much water to do it. Something, I'm butchering this whole topic and storyline, but it was enough to make me go, I got to research a little more. And then I'm very cognizant of how much I generate now. So I'm sure someone will say when I get to that, Terry does have a super kind and loving heart. Absolutely. Super, super duper sweet pea. And here, don't forget, here's Condensed Reality Show. He and I will be live. Here is Polly's channel. Server Farm. That's it. Thanks, Michael. Server Farms. Anything with a farm at the end that doesn't have animals is concerning, in my opinion. Oh, boy. You mean IRS? Oh, boy. Speaking of which, yeah, we're taking on our little IRS meeting tomorrow morning. Everyone's like, do we hold off? What do we do? I know Lawrence is going to have a lot to say about that Sunday with current events and things. I know the show. I know we keep running out of popcorn. We keep making more. We keep going. Are we there yet? But if you are fortunate enough to know the tools to work on your own frequency and your own vibration, I think you should be doing pretty okay. You could be stepping into the life you want now without waiting for this show to keep unfolding. I figure it's got to unfold however it's got to unfold. We got enough time travelers. We got enough black box technology. We got enough dark and light. We got enough players out there in the field. Work on yourself. And with that being said, it's so funny how elementals and fairies and Bigfoots, it keeps just coming around. It keeps coming around. So yes, I do have to get back into some of those chit chats. I know I've shared my story till I'm blue in the face, but I love hearing other stories. So bring some more of those out there. Big changes are happening in the movie, thankfully. Progress. I agree, Michael. Now, I think like even my own sister gets pulled back into it once in a while. And I know our dear Mr. T loves to just poke the beast a little bit because he sure triggers a lot of people with his posts. I think what she sent me once, something about the Gaza, it was a lot. And you can't say much to people, show them a big picture, refer back to some drops. You can't, you just like, I see that too. And it's weird and it sucks, but How's your day going? How is the business? How's everything else that you do have control over? That we do have control over our own lives. Yes, Andy's got to go get ready for a show. He'll be there in 15 minutes. We'll see. I'll see you in the chat too, Andy. I'll talk to my steam comes out my ears, and then I'll come over and join y'all. Oh, so Andy's great, a great fella over there. Wait, that was Irish. Too much alignment. Can you have too much alignment? I don't know. I don't think so. Cheers, Andy. And let me know. I'm going to do the WhatsApp. So if that is locked in, I'd love to. I'm locked in on my end. So you are so patient with me. Hi, Joe Fox. How the heck are you? You're probably at work. So should I get really loud and do another sound thing? The kids actually, you can feel them just settle in with that one. That's a big one. And then what is it? I know there's a word that my little mentor says, curative exercises, I guess. But I've done these things where it's crossing the midline. You cross the midline with exercises, whether you're crossing your feet or doing your hands to the opposite toe, you're crossing literally your midline. And it's a way to line up those hemispheres and get a kid to settle into their seat. So we do a lot of mornings with that too. Not just the woo. It's not just the woo. Awesome, Andy. Thank you. Well, Joe, I won't. If you rewind a little bit and crank it up when I turn this way, you might be asked to leave your office. So what was my other little bit? My daughter, I wanted her to share a little bit, but I don't think she's going to share today. So maybe soon. But her project is trucking along. And Clay, I'm going to talk about that with you next weekend because he's been helping me and Garrel with some information of how to help her out with her project. She's doing this sound engineering kind of project. And she's also, poor little thing, she did all her storyboards. She wrote a short story. They decided to turn it into a short film. Instead of their class doing a play this year, there were 4 short stories chosen to be turned into short films, which is amazing. And in our community, we have a lot of industry people. So they've been mentored and they've shot, 5 short stories now. They've shot 3 of them. And if you've seen some pictures on social media, the one that my daughter worked on, she was the line producer, AKA she also did scripty and this and that and the other things. She did a lot and she gripped. There's like a team of like 6 of them that helps each other's crew out. And there's a director and the other students are actors. There was a parent that was an actor in it too, but it was so beautifully done. There's some parent that donated their sound equipment, like a boom, parent that mentored on how to do storyboards. And I know, Michael, you were liking those posts. They're really into it and it's exciting. I mean, yeah, this is our town. We should take advantage of the industry we have here. And these mentors, they do it selflessly. They're not like, oh yeah, so can you cut my tuition now? Or, what are you going to get me? They're doing it because they know I have an opportunity to mentor and mentor a child and inspire a kid. And that's what they're doing. All these children are inspired to create now. And so the problem with my daughters is her story was incredible, but it involves an ice rink and hockey, and then the other parts are all taken care of, but they're having trouble locking down locations. A lot of these kind of places won't let a bunch of homeschoolers come in and shoot. There's insurance. There's all these things. Even though we have insurance for it, they don't. And they also like their filming fees. So she might have to do some rewrites this weekend, but I really hope it happens. She's so excited. In the meantime, she's working on her music. So I'm so excited for that. Yeah, I'll catch you up with that, Clay, live so I can, because you're very, very helpful. I love that they're doing that too, Michael. It is a super gift. And at the same time, one of my BFFs who works with families here in LAUSD, she helps them place them. She's showing me screenshots now, not to be shared publicly, but they're screenshots of what's happening in these mom communities. And dang, this is across LA. Holy smokes. Like these parents that are so distraught, children that are unhinged, children that are literally physically harming others, that are locked in rooms, the horror stories you hear happening under our noses. And these are the systems that a lot of us have been preaching, like you can fight against them and say, that's wrong, I don't want to do it, or you can walk the F away. Create the new and find the community that is in line with you, because there's a lot of us out there that are already doing it. You do not have to succumb or let your children to succumb to it, because the programming tells you, I got to go to this brick and mortar school and I got to throw them on a bus and drop them off and pick them up at this time. And they have to do this program that's been that way since I was a child. No, you don't. Period. And the excitement is there are barely any options for high school. But guess what? We're creating them. So now you know my mission next year. Yes, my daughter is officially starting high school next year. What that's going to look like for us is going to be a whole new series, but she could very well be done in 2 to 3 years and have an associate's if she chooses 2 years after that. And then, be a creator being, probably with a business. Who knows? The world is our oyster. We have just been programmed to think it goes a certain way. And I tell you, there's a lot of us here breaking that little matrix spell upon everybody and showing what it's like to raise little creator beings as they're intended to be, coming here with these innate skills they have, bringing ancient knowledge, like the works. So, Michael, this is in line with that, isn't it? It's inspiring others, it's developing teamwork, the co-creation vibe. Like perhaps that wasn't their story, or maybe they don't want to make the movies, but their friend is, and they know how to support their friend. Like all of it is important to having an incredible human experience. And that human experience is different for everybody. Wonder if she can find a practice rink that is not regularly used. That's what we thought too, Michael. But so what happened is they wrote their stories before the educator said, let's turn these into short films, which is so incredibly inspiring, but it involves like a hockey team and everything. So a hockey game and a girls hockey league. So that's where, because they're minors, it's running into all these little just running into all these things that we don't have time for, really. And there's another boy that has a snowy cabin. And I mean, spring is right. It's like, what are you doing? We have rain this weekend. So we're like, is he going to get the snow scene he needs? Because thank goodness we are in LA. You just drive 45 minutes to an hour, you're in the snow. So we're hoping he gets to shoot his soon. So some of the logistics were like, she's just going to have to alter her story a little bit. But we thought the same thing. And I went to our local rink because, after our Valentine's, my class hosted a little ice skating party at one of the local rinks by me. And I just talked to them straight out. I'm like, this is an opportunity. I did all the popptimistic things you could possibly do. And I had all the legalities too. The educator has a beautiful pitch deck and a book, and the forms and how our enrichment center is licensed and insured and all that kind of stuff. But they were just like $1,500 an hour, and we're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Charter funds would never cover that. So yeah, some people just don't bend. Yeah. And then little man's gonna be starting his water polo again soon, and soccer. But we are still a bit of a minority when it comes to how we do our education. So it's kind of been interesting to see how they navigate new friendships. Families sometimes they just don't get it. Going rogue like that, or it's like, yeah, sure, some of the kids are feral and they ruin it for the rest of us. Some are so totally feral, the unschooled feral kids that have zero discipline, or they kind of ruin some things for some peeps. But others are like, are you aware that this child can recite A, B, and C and build a business right now? I have a kid that's probably going to be a world champ yo-yo guy soon. And he's 10. There's some amazing things going on with our children today. We just are, like we've been doing since the start, cautiously navigating communities that they're not quite ready to do it themselves, but they're also very watching it going, what is this? They're unsure how to perceive it yet. So we're just still going through the motions. We're still doing our thing and showing them the outcome. They're really blown away when we say all the things we have accomplished and done. And so creating the new. That's that long story. Popptimistic. Yes, Joe. They came up with that last weekend during the Live with Lawrence. I think that's a good one. I'm going to have to do a shirt with that. Have it on a frozen pond. That's where he played hockey growing up. I wish Garrel Could we? Maybe Fraser Park has one. Trying to think. I think we're past the frozen stage though. We went a little too late with this one. But what they are trying to do, Gail, is that she just might have to revamp the whole thing and make it soccer. Because a lot of our community kids are soccer dudes, and we can get that pulled together quick. But that means new storyboards, new story, new sit down with the mentor who's a producer. A little extra work, but doesn't hurt anybody. Sneak in during calm times, the mobile phones edit and sound later. I get it, Flix. Yeah. I know there's ways to scoot around, but at the same time, I really love the fact that we are going, like, here's what we do, and showing our kids like leading. And then if things don't arise, say, well, then we still have this vision, and then we're gonna go this way. It's kind of like a sneak, like you said, sneak. I don't want to encourage that children at this point. They have to learn how to pivot. Life is full of pivots. So here's a pivot for you. Those people are not, and it's an honest conversation. Well, unfortunately, they don't see the magic behind what we're doing. They are not ready to mentor this amazing opportunity and say our rink is sponsoring this incredible homeschool enrichment center. How cool are we? They're forgetting that is a nice little flag to fly once in a while. If you use roller skates, the body moves like ice, and could use CGI to make them on skates. You guys are so great. These are great, great ideas. Yes. I'll throw that out at her. I know. Why not sneak not bad? It's because we need the whole team, and we don't do the phones. We actually have been generously donated proper cameras and things. I know, and not like the full bang setup, but we have sticks we put them on. There's booms, there's appropriate sound equipment, there's equipment, and the point is to be able to use that equipment too. Some of the shots, some of the B-roll and things have been done on phones. Totally. So I think I'll just take all this in and see what they say. I know time is running low though, so they're going to have to jump on something quick. And whether it's soccer or ice, I'm confident something can happen. I'm just a little disappointed that these places didn't jump at the chance to pave the way as well. But you know what? We've been running into closed doors this whole time since 2015 for me. So what's another one? Just roll with it. Some places have they're legally not available. The repercussions outweigh getting the shot. Flicks. That's probably what it is. So teaching kids the pivot and how to do it in the heart, like how to do it positively and how to do like while and keep moving, not see it as oh well, it's over, we can't do it. No. How do you move through that? That's kind of where I think the lesson's going with this. In other places, you could go to the local public race, but being California will allow them, I would assume. Being California, the weather, the rinks are all indoors. So our big one, which hosts some NHL hockey and stuff, is indoors. There's another big one in Simi Valley. There's another big one in the Valley. Well, that one's scary looking. A lot of Olympic figure skaters go there. So it's really getting the crew and the team out on the ice and just be known that they're there doing this. That's been the thing. I love that you're all chiming in with options. Legal is actually often illegal. I know, you're right, Flicks Love, totally. She can make it from ice hockey to street hockey, totally. Well, I think some of the classes jumping at the chance to show their soccer skills. So I think that's where it's turning. Some are like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And so if it means more of them involved, the better. Lessons, yeah. And these days might want to opt for sneaky, yo. I totally hear you, especially around here, huh? I'm currently working with her navigating it, to not see it as failure and to not see it as like more work, but to see it as an opportunity to you created this incredible thing, storyboards and all. Holy smokes, you get to try that again. Let's see what would that look like this way. And in fact, in the writer's room, happens all the time. Happens in the producer's room. Happens when they start bringing in product. Now rewrite the scene and make sure you show the Coca-Cola. There's all these pivots happen. So she's got support from the classmates though, which is great. But I should be able to share it. But holy smokes, that location, and shout out to the educator for landing it, cattle farm and a vineyard in Ventura. Shout out to Hobson Family Farm. They were like absolutely no problem. They were excited. And they had two cowboys who just work on the farm that were wrangling. They were doing the whole thing, lassoing and everything. So holy smokes, did they get the shot. And it's a really cool story. The final bit with it all, when these are done, they're going to be edited as well. It's part of their whole process. And they're going to be screened at a Lemley. Lemley is so, we've shown homeschool films there before. They're really adaptable to what these homeschool enrichment communities are doing. So we'll be able to do a big screening for the community of all the films. Then the directors and the writers and everybody can have a Q&A. And what a way to wrap up an 8th grade. 8th grade. That's 8th. This is not college. This is middle school. So cool. It's a creative challenge, not a failure. Absolutely, Michael. Change the perspective on things too. Good thinking. Exactly, Flicks Love. Thank you for seeing that. She needs to hang out with podcasters. We make last minute big changes look easy. I know, right? How about when I get booted off on the interview that I was so excited to do and I realize, oh yeah, my Chromebook I think we're done. Charlie, they want to chat with you next time. Is that cool? Maybe she'll talk to you about it. She's actually creating now some music. So if Clay's still here, she's working on her project, a whole separate 8th grade project. She's going to be she plays the cello and she's going to be recording it and adapting it and creating, modern songs to this, but it's going to be all her. And what we did is we wound up getting her some equipment, and we have a friend who we're going to use sound booth and stuff. She's going to record herself, just make some music, but she's literally teaching herself a program right now. Like, I don't even know how to turn the damn thing on, this thing she got. And she's got the adapter and the cords and and she's doing that. That's her project. I self-taught myself because she loves music. Absolutely. She's a tune-out music girl. And I know what that's like, escaping and dreaming and all that. I love it. And Jesus, Bo, you did it again. Sorry. This project might either be presented at an actual sound engineer studio, like a production studio, or, she's going to we're seeing how we're going to present it to the class. But each 8th grader has a huge project they do throughout the year that they curate. And it's something about their passion, but also something has to be new that they walk themselves through the whole process. So from start to finish, this is something new for her. So she's like mixing music right now. And, eventually we got little things like adapter. I don't know. Clay's going to help me out with this next week and all the terms, but she's going to use my mics. I have this and a lavalier, and she's going to get in the room and start recording sounds and recording music and then overlay them, like lap them and make some songs. I mean, it's just 8th graders, I tell you. 8th graders today, I tell you. They're amazing. Bo is cracking me up, Michael. I mean, this is foul. I don't know what he got into. Oh, I do know what he got into. Chrissy would like this. He's doing his own little cleanse. I've got him some oxygenators. How the hell do you say it? I think my alignment is coming out of line. Where did he go anyway? I can smell him. Oh, he's over there. Yeah, he's got a little purge going on himself. So got to clean out the pets too, parasites and all. I think our next little round might be the heavy metals because of just the skies as of late and eating out a lot last week. It was so fun traveling around last week with the fam because, you go through tourist eyes. Now, it was 8 years since my sister was out here. That doesn't mean I haven't seen her. She's hustle, so we've been out to them several times. She hasn't missed their lives. She just missed us here. And she used to live in the Bay Area. So her being out here, but her husband hasn't been here. So we did, Sunset Strip. He is a Motorhead dude. I even got it right here. We were at Lemmy's Lounge. If anyone knows my Motorhead peeps, there's Lemmy. We were at the Rainbow Room, and we did Troubadour. We did all the things. We didn't go to shows, but we did the tourist things around them. Did the Laurel Canyon, showed them all those crazy houses. We went all over. We did not go to Palisades. We did not go to the fire areas. This was days after our crazy rain, Valentine week. So there was a lot of closures still. You couldn't even get close. And we weren't going to do the whole drive through freaking influencer thing of standing in rubble and fancy clothes and here I am. Hail to the no, no, no. We're letting that place grieve. So we did not go anywhere over that way, but we walked Vasquez Rocks, which was, where they filmed Flintstones. It's a gorgeous area up here in the Santa Clarita Valley. We did it all. We did the desert, we did the beach, we did the city, and we were cozy at home doing hot tub time machine time. Oh, hi, Sandy Song Joy. How the heck are you? On the road now. 2 chickens crossing the road. Sandy, you rock. Sandy's the best. Learn a little bit about mastering too. Thanks, Flix Love. Yes, mastering the music, right? That's the final print, right? I know Bauer and the Geezer Geeks were helping me that with my intro. They helped me master or do the audio, and then they sent me the master. So I figure I should know these things too, but you know what? Let me let her figure it out, and then she can teach me. That's what's so cool with her. It's gone is the age of like, sit down, darling. I need to make sure you do your things. What the educator has done is given them projects that they're inspired by, that they can take off running with. So it's probably easier on her too. Yay, Sandy Song Joy. Well, sweet. Well, I know Andy Decode starts. I'll give it like a 3-minute wind down. Well, we're at 106. Make it 111. What was the other bit that we saw with her? We went to Universal. We hadn't done that. Well, we did it last year, but I always love the studio tour, because when I worked the back lots, I worked all the lots before, but the Universal studio tour lot was so fun. When the trams would go by, I'd be like, hey, peeps, or like pretending something. Always the actor. But I think the craziest one was before I had kids, the PAs and I took a safety break. If anyone knows what those are, you take a safety break. You just huddle up for a little bit, and then you go back to work after lunch break. Anyway, we took a golf cart out and we ran around the lot, and we went to the Jaws area, which is where the Amityville. There's a little scene set up, and then there's a mechanical Jaws in the water going by. So anyway, we were in the scene, and we're just like, oh no, and like doing these scenes for these tourists. And then all of a sudden we take the cart and run up to the psycho dude and hide behind the hotel, like in the window, like, ah. So somewhere out there, that would be so amazing with the technology today, if anyone has clips of me in my early 30s ruining their tourist films, or maybe they thought we were actually part of the show, I don't know, but we were in somebody's tram tour. Oh, recording sound, Tanya. Yes, perfect. Yes. She's got to learn all that stuff. And her presentation is May. So she's early May. My brother's been mentoring her, my sister. Since she's got the cello down, she's been doing that for 5 years now. So she's going to work with a cello lady the next couple weeks, just mastering her songs. I know she's redoing Cranberry Zombies. If anyone saw, she did perform that at an open mic night down in Sunland. Their whole class did an open mic night. It was called like Revolution, Rebellion, and Revolt. I'm saying that wrong. And they all did things about being the revolution. And hers was doing that song by herself. She was one of the only solos. So she's going to master that. And because these are not songs, I am aware of the copyright stuff. This is not intent to sell, and this is not mass produced. This is for the class and for her project. So we're clear there, copyright people. But she's got a couple others that she does. And this might be an inspiration, because when Lindsay Sterling came on the scene, the violin chick, she really took to that. Like Carol of the Bells. I remember one year, gosh, a couple years ago, whenever that came out, we were in our old house, at least 4 years ago. She had that thing on rotate, one after the other, transfixed. And, and then when this project idea came up, she goes, I want to take songs and put them to cello. And I'm like, sweet. So she was inspired some point. That was good back in the day to me. Oh yeah. You mean Cranberry or Zombie? I loved that too. And then Annie Lieberman, who you all saw me interview a couple weeks ago, she did Tracy Chapman, something from Tracy Chapman, which was so good. She also did another one. I think it was a Beatles one. And they all did it. Oh gosh, the kids were so great. there's guitar players, there's musicians, there's singers. Speaking of these projects, there's a chef. He wants to be a chef, so we're going to a commercial kitchen. He's going to do a demonstration. There's someone, I think he's making sneakers. There's art shows, there's pottery shows. So cool. Oh, the first one we already did. This guy's a jazz musician and he's in their class. He's 14, but he's traveled to New York and things he does upright bass. His family he does jazz. He's already doing it. So it's so cool. I'm in there and I'm closing my eyes and I'm like, I feel like I'm at the clubs in Chicago. Like it was so good. And you forget you're listening to a kid in today's. I don't think it was Fast Car Flicks Love. It was something rebellion like. I don't know if it was that song. But that's the first song I think of with Tracy Chapman. Love that one. Well, cool. I think I covered most of the things I wanted to cover. So tomorrow I'm interviewing a parent in my class. He's amazing. He had this crazy spinal injury, healed himself. I gotta be careful using the heal word. He also is the creator of Z-Tag, like this awesome kids program that gets kids off screens and outside. And next week's with Conspiracy Clay, with Clay for music. And every Sunday, 5:30, Lawrence, August, and I, we have a healthy, holistic conversation on health. We talk about the headlines. He is so well-versed. He is incredibly researched for years. And he's easy to just like throw things at because he's like savant. He's just like information. So it's awesome. So come with your questions for that. I go live for all my things because I love chatting with the community. So thank you for this community chat. Mary Beth, I don't know if you're still here, but that was just my favorite moment today. Thank you so much for chiming in. These are so fun because you just don't know who comes across it. And MB and I know you call me Rawhide. What the heck did I call you, Mary Beth? I don't know if you're here. MB, but we had our names. I'm going to look in our messages from the past to see. But we had nicknames for each other. So thank you for saying hi. I want to give a huge shout out. I don't know if she's been watching. My dearest cousin, Rebecca. Thank you so much to those who received that GoFundMe for them. They're my family. My family's in Fort Myers, the Pops. And she's recovering. She's healing. And I know this is going to be the rest of her journey. I really am putting it all out there that she's protected and she's going to regenerate and she's going to heal. And what the choices of the families make are just their choices. But I know this has more power than anything. And she's the strongest gal I know. She's my baby cousin. She's only like 2 years younger than me. But there were 5 girls of us. And it was her, me, my cousin, my sister, and the oldest cousin. And I really, if there's one of those things, coulda, shoulda, woulda, I really wish we spent more time together growing up. That started unlocking something. But in 2021, I got to see them. I went out to a conference in Boca Raton, or Cocoa Beach, I'm sorry. And then I drove across with my family to see my cousins for like the first time in like 25 years. It was amazing. I had my family, they had families. So even though we are apart, we are very much together because a lot of our family members have passed, including my dad, their uncle, and our grandparents, everybody. So we have a lot of angels watching us. So yeah, giving love to Fort Myers, Florida, to my Pop family. Love you so much. And all my peeps out there who know how to work this magic, if you could send a little love to that Fort Myers area, she could probably use some assistance healing. So, woo. Thank you for my alignment, Galactic Man. This was a good one. Tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. Please join us with the live. My buddy, he does not do regular podcasts. He's done a few. By the way, he's MIT, Stanford. This fella is so educated, like educated, all the accolades and everything, not just like indoctrinated, but truly educated. And as a technology scientific whiz, he married an absolute ancient angelic natural spiritual soul. And so they have merged science and tech with spirituality and nature. And they have, I might have spoke of them before, they have a biodynamic garden here in LA. They host a lot of events, a lot of healing sound events, She teaches about her horticulture and gardening and everything. The boy is amazing. They have children and their property is amazing. And I think those who I know in this chat, I think you're really gonna enjoy hearing from him and talking to him and hearing about that merge of science and nature, because he was a believer. And what he did to his body. If you're familiar with Joe Dispenza, it's going to be very much in line with that conversation, because he did follow some of those protocols and things. Thanks, Jane. Yes, I will check out Andy. This went longer than I thought, but better late than never. And Flicks Love, thank you. And Peaceful Penguin. Thanks, Michael Kopp. Thanks for hanging out here. Thank you, Michael. Yes, not only am I on, I'm going to be today, tomorrow, and the next day. So next weekend as well, too. And Michael, I'll bug you, okay? Let's plan that. Even if it's if it's another hangout, I want to hear about your latest and greatest and all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for playing, peeps. If you haven't checked out Drumhus, that's my sister. She's an ex-Derby girl from Madison who now runs a wine and jazz bar and Swedish cafe in Door County, Wisconsin. So check it out. Thanks, Michael. All right, peeps, you have a beautiful, blessed one. And thank you so very much for chiming in and hanging out with me. And if you ever, oh gosh, I'm going to have to do it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Linktree has all my little links, but this went to a few places. So if you're new here, thanks for chiming in. And I hope I didn't scare you away. So, okay, thanks, Michael. Thank you, guys. Smell you later. Have a beautiful, blessed one. See you in the morning.